Well, hello, this is a janky ass test stream in the middle of the night. Um, I probably will take some turns and stuff, but it'll just be for like half an hour at most. And hopefully everything goes well. I'm just gonna relax and let the game catch up to current right now. But yeah, my travels have been safe. I've arrived and internet is functioning. That's like cool. Been busy, been playing a lot of board games with my friends. Fun stuff, basically. Yeah. Really get to relive this crippling defeat. Vexer messaged me and was like, so why do you pick cave goblins? Aren't they like I looked at all those matchups and I'm like, oh, those all seem like bad matchups for cave goblins. And I was like, fuck you, Vexer. I hate your guts. That's what I said to him. You best believe it. Those exact words. You can quote me. Please do. Yeah, I promise I will stream sometimes not at 12:30 in the morning. um, Eden and I will hopefully, I mean, no official announcement yet, but given that it seems like I have streaming capabilities, probably next weekend we'll stream the final, like the live final of the Summoner Academy. The last one time was a super fun. I haven't talked to Eden about who's gonna commentate it at all, but last time I loved doing it with Cheras and Eden. That was I feel like we had a lot of fun together. So maybe we'll get the gang back again. We shall see. Reliving the glory days. I was messaging Cheras and being like, and he was like, I really like your play against Orange Laz recently. And I was like, oh, like I just kind of went all in because it seemed like that was my best shot at that point, but like not position I wanted to be in. And it looked like I had a decent kill shot on him next turn. So like it somehow paid off. He had a massive whiff, but I mean not like not an absurd whiff, but a huge whiff nonetheless. Maybe we'll go do that game first. Put us in a good mood. I think it's just depressing. Fuck the cave goblins. Feel issue. Honestly, I wonder if it's possible that the cave goblins and the Fae are like on the same tier. Because Vector says cave goblins are C tier, and like is Fae secretly just another cave goblins? Like cave goblins feel higher than that because if you get their events rolling, like it feels very powerful in a very obvious way. But they're just another aggro deck that can be really good but suffers from um consistency. Like it seems like a similar shtick. Okay, that's where I last saw it. Well, I guess we could take this turn. I'm just gonna look at it for a second. What? We lose? Cool. I wanna play this game. We kill Varn. Good. Like killing Varn. In other news. In better news. Let's look at better news. This is the best news. Here, actually, let me let me not spoil this for you. Let me go a few turns back. Let me go a few turns back. We'll go several turns back. Okay, so previous turn, what is it? This is turn 5, so we just had like 2 turns or something. Last turn, we moved up, placed a gate, did that. I like it. Maybe you could afford to play a more passive game as Meldaria here, especially with Holios. I don't know. I just kind of liked getting the forward gate, getting in their face, putting that pressure, putting that Ember Beast pressure down. And then I'm just like Flare is such like a bait card, but now that now that it costs 0, like this play is absolutely not possible with 1 cost Flare. But I'm like, yeah, not the worst spot. Now, unfortunately, they had a gate, and we missed on that. So like, definitely not the best spot, but no one can say it's the worst. Gonna be kind of tough to retreat and whatnot. Discarded 1 flare. I ended up discarding the other flare the next turn, which kind of implies that I should just discard it there. And having 2 playable units right now would have been huge. I was just like, I can't discard Spirit of the Phoenix. But maybe I really just needed to, honestly. I think I could have had a much stronger turn. Because I didn't have. I mean, maybe hilariously, it's what caused me to things to go in my favor this game. Because the fact, like, looking at this, so now I have 2 units on the board. What am I gonna do? Like, retreat? Oh my goodness, no, wait, pause, my drawing application. I need to be able to draw on the screen. Stop, stop. It's Shidenka. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in at this late hour. I'm just sort of doing a test stream, making sure everything is running well. So do let me know if everything looks and sounds good on your end. But as far as I can tell, everything looking pretty good. Not dropping any frames or anything. So like, what do you do here? Like, retreat just is not an option. Like, cause it's like what I retreat and then like call a unit here, or I burn this and put a unit there, and like you want Maldaria to shoot this. Like, there's just no way you retreat. Maybe with 3 units you could, because with 3 units, I don't know, like you burn this, something takes the spot. Maldaria maybe pulled something there. Like with 3 you could see it. With 3 you could see. Yeah, like that would be fine. With 3 you can see sort of holding this position being feasible. With 2 units it's just like not happening. 3 units now late. It's 6:30 in the morning. Hey, since I was night shift, I'm gonna go to sleep later. Want to play some mermaids? Get into that. I cannot. The mermaid plague is yet to end. I know everyone's waiting. Like, oh yeah, Ben's gonna get sick of the mermaids eventually. Just wait for the ball to drop. It has not happened. I'm not getting sick of them. They're fucking awesome. The best faction. Okay. Ready to go. We are ready to go. They so fun. Alright, so this is our move. I'm just like, fuck it. Like, this is not. I feel like I lose most of these games because all they really need to do is just kind of like hide. They don't have a ton of tools, but hey, I put a lot of pressure on them. They don't have the Into Darkness. If they have a crap hand, we could just win. Like, these odds seemed better for me than they just, it wasn't another fight. Retreating was just bad. Retreating was just like I just got killed, and like I was equally as exposed, but I was putting no pressure on them. Um, so yeah, this was my play. And I don't know, maybe he was playing a little bit fast here. Or maybe he just legit didn't have great options, but well, you'll see. We're getting punched a little bit in our pretty little face. That's a pretty big miss. And then there you go. So if this had killed this, they pull the Seeker there, and it's looking pretty bad for me. Looking like a pretty big fat L. But instead it's looking like we have a 4-on-2 kill shot. Yeah, I don't think there's anything better. I mean, I stared at it for a little bit. I don't know how we're getting more. Do I think mermaids can play a slower game? Yeah, so Vexer has been saying for a while that he thinks mermaids don't need to just rush in, that they need to like take a second to like that they can take a second and wait. I agree with him a little bit. I need to like watch more of his games to see how strong he means that, because we might just be in agreement, because I agree with him that you can wait a little bit and bide your time a little bit, but the problem is your units are so low health with the Fae that you can't really tread water. Like Wayfarers are Wayfarers similarly. I think Beans said this. Like Wayfarers similarly need the gate. It might not have been Beans. They need the gate. They need the early pressure. They need to get on the enemy side. But they have like a 2-5. They have high health units that can trade well pretty easily. So like if you need to tread water as the Wayfarers, it's not that hard. As the Fae, it is pretty hard. But yeah. So I mean, it's definitely not as easy as some other factions, but you can do it. I mean, you can just like sort of not commit. For me, what like treading water looks like as the Fae is like, I don't know, maybe I only move Nymira up one spot instead of two and have a unit in front of her and then like place a gate on my third row instead of their side. Um, yeah, that's what you feel. I mean, and sometimes, like, I mean, I had a game against Bradolph's Fungal Dwarves. I mean, I keep talking about this game. I'm like patting myself on the back, but or wait, was it Stuffy? I think it was Stuffy actually. It was Stuffy's Fungal Dwarves. I think it was Stuffy. Where I just like got in there, and then you get spearhead value. So if you want to trade like the midfield, like you can play a Fey game from here as long as you can get to here and maybe put a gate there that they then occupy. Then you can like tuck a champion here, and then you have Nymira like in front of their 10 health gate there with Spearhead, or you're just like what like if you can just be here so you're on their side and you have a champion, as long as you have a champion, you could trade well with the Tidebreakers. And if you can have Nymira have Spearhead up the entire game, you can win any econ game. I do not care. Spearhead is insane. Now, it's difficult to get there. It is a pretty high reward system. Like you need to have the champion on the opponent's side. Not easy. It needs to stay alive. Not easy. But if you can get it, that being able to attack diagonally is just like one of the most powerful things in this game that I just like totally slept on for a while. I just did not realize how good it is. Yeah. You all your units always die. It kind of sucks. That's the big Fey weakness. Is that you suck? No, is that all your units are always gonna die, no matter what you do? Okay. I'm not like blind here, right? Like I don't see anything. Maybe we summon one more unit. Maybe we occupy this gate for no reason. Do we occupy this gate for no reason? I don't see why we would. But I also don't see why we wouldn't. um yeah, I do not see a better play. I do not see a better play. The 4-2 when we win the game. And if we miss it, we at least have the thing. I guess maybe. Okay, there is a slight problem where that spot is occupied, but it's just not worth like not having this be a guaranteed kill to then occupy that spot. Like our odds are too good here. Um, am I in here? I'm in. I think I'm in. We're in it to win it right now. So in it to win. Oh no, there was a visual bug. I saw this on my phone earlier, so not gonna be the same visual bug twice, right? All right, my heart just leaped. You ready for it? This would be a huge win. Oh my god. That's such bullshit. That's such fucking bullshit. Oh my. I have never beat Orange Laz. I have never beat him. I'm cursed. I'm cursed. I'm cursed. Alright, don't get tilted. There's still a chance here. I guess you probably don't play Divine Retribution against Shadow Elves as much as I want to right now. Because I want to, Cylinder can't attack, but who am I kidding? Cylinder's not fucking. Um, Ember Mage is a good card. You know what's better than Ember Mage? Ember Beast. Anything else? I think we discard here, because who are we kidding? We're not winning the econ game. Let's just like fucking pray. I think that's where we're at. I mean, like, I guess dessert. I mean, he had a big whiff. We had a big whiff. What a fucking skill issue. All right, rewarded. We got the beast and the gate. Um, but opponent can focus champion, get rid of it, or they can just move away from Nymera. Can't poke behind the gate. Well, I mean, if the champion's tucked in the right way, they can't get to it. Like if it's behind a unit, if it's tucked behind their gate, like there's a lot of space you can put a champion where they can't get to it. And they can just run away from Nymera, but you're an aggro deck. Like you chase them if they do that. And get rid of their options, block their gates and stuff. And no matter what, like the thing about Spearhead is you can just like you can't run from it. Like the opponent's gate is normally here, and like Nymera is here, and it's like, where do they go? It's like if they run away, like look from here you can hit all of these from here. Okay, I should like do an additional color. Okay, ignore that arrow on the side real quick. Okay, this is like really professional. Get ready for this. Um, okay. So from here you can hit all of these spots as Nymera, assuming this is their 10 health gate, and then let's say they try to run from that. Then you move here. Now you can hit all of these spots. Okay, I mean, You get the picture. Like you can hit back there. Like you can't run from Spearhead. I mean, you don't want Nymera charging up alone. Ideally, Nymera is here and then places the gate, and then you scout, and then you summon at that gate. Like you need to be supporting it, but it's just a force to be reckoned with. Um, we're screw this game. Never playing this game again. What a garbage game. Um, speaking of Fae, speaking of Fae turns, that it's better basically. Speaking of Fae turns, etc. Yeah, we took a pretty big risk here. We went for a 3 for 3 on that demon. I was just thinking of getting Nymera up because we had Nymera parked back here for a while. Um, I always try something that's not easy. No, and I'm not harking it. Like they are not easy. Trying to help out if I can at all. I have been struggling as well. Better believe I have been. And I think this game we already got rid of a Spearhead. Yes, indeed. We just fucking kill Grognak or Balzar. He's just been sitting there like a cheeky little guy for way too long right now. Being a cheeky little guy is not allowed. No cheeky little guys in this area. God, we still haven't. This is a game where we haven't drawn either of our 2-cost champions. That's pretty good. I really want to kill this and summon a guy over there. Getting the gate there is like kind of super good. We don't really need it. It's kind of super good. They're gonna be able to break their gate and summon at it at some point. Um, well, like some point like this turn, I guess. Storm breaks this. The problem is they balls out the fuck out of me. Problem is we die instantly. I think we die instantly if we do this play anyways. We go here. We have a gate here. Guy here. I think the only way we don't die instantly is if a scout attacks this and then summons a tidebreaker here. Because we can't, and even then, this is the play. But I don't think Devura, they could really do that super successfully. It's just really upsetting how little damage we're doing to them. Okay, other plays. What if like Nim stays here or something? Tidebreaker goes here. Scout goes there. What can we draw with this scout right now? Fuck all. Look, there's worlds where we kill Grognak right now if we get like Spearhead. Not really. What does Vexer think about them? Vexer definitely thinks they're underpowered. But like I haven't asked him to compare. I think okay, no, we did actually have this conversation. I think the last time we talked, it was before he had like totally finished his faith push. But the first thing he said was they were looking somewhere between like B and C plus. Or like he was like, yeah, maybe they're more like B than people think. And I was like, holy crap, the first thing you're saying is the more B. And then we talked about it a little bit more and like but by the end of it I kind of persuaded him that they were more C plus, which is like, no, I did not mean to do that. But I don't know. But that was like a few weeks ago. I don't know what his thoughts are these days. I mean, I feel like we're both in agreement that like they're somewhere in the ballpark of like Sarah. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, like I get the crying face emoji. Here's the thing about like a C tier deck in Summoner World. I think Sarah is still, in my opinion, a C tier deck. And like you can talk about the individual cards and why they're bad sometimes and whatnot, but like I feel like the reality for me is like when I take Sarah, I expect to lose a lot of games. It's just my experience playing a lot of Sarah games is I lose a lot more with that faction than I do with others, and that just seems like a pretty telltale sign. But here's also the thing about Sarah is I will beat you with Sarah any day of the week. Like Sarah is not like Sarah can beat any faction. Okay, like granted she has some awful matchups, but she can beat any faction. Like has lots of interesting tools. Is a fun deck. Like C tier and Summoner Wars just kind of means that the odds are stacked against you slightly more than usual. But like but the thing about Faye, like Sarah's pretty straightforward, and most people can garner pretty easily like how to play around her. The thing about Faye is Faye are complicated as heck. And if your opponent doesn't know what they're doing, if your opponent isn't experienced at playing around Faye, they will absolutely fall into traps and get destroyed. Like, so Faye have a pretty high burden for like, don't slip up. I always love the like weaker factions. Part of me is starting to wonder if part of the reason I like Faye is because they're weak. And I mean that was kind of like a shitpost take earlier, but like I don't know. I do legitimately really like having a faction that's really fun for me, but I'm never worried that like it's overpowered. Like I'm never worried that like, oh, I won, but this is probably a really good matchup for me. Like especially for like in person and live play, the most important thing is to have a good game. And like I don't mind like personally just who I am. I don't mind if the odds are stacked against me, and I want the opponent to have fun. And some people are like as like people I play like some people love to have really tough situations. Other people don't like. Like in general, if I play Faye, my opponent's also gonna have a good time, and unless they get crushed, which does happen, and that like and then it's stopping because then sometimes your opponent's like, okay, like what the fuck, you just wasn't even a game. You just died immediately. But I don't know. I love the Fae. Nuts of Annals. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I always like I love the Grokes. I love the concept so much. I might never play them again. Like I don't want to like they feel too strong. They feel way too like I played a few more games recently and some games against Vexer and I was just like, geez, like it's just like immediately your opponent has such an uphill battle. And it's just not really fun to have that advantage. Yeah, I don't know. So that's my take. But Fair definitely, at the very least, Fair are a lot better than a lot of people think. Is my hot take. A lot of people like right out the gate. I mean, they're a pretty hard faction to learn and master. So right out of the gate, a lot of people had some pretty bad takes about them. Okay, are we going with the play that we just thought of? This is the sort of turn where if we stare at it for a while, we might think of a much better play. Why don't we take another? Let this ruminate for a second. Last wet match was against the Birds, and Ava won with only 1 health. Lost because I panicked on the timer, didn't pay attention. Forgot the Birds can fly. Oh, it was a 45-minute game. I also lost the game against Ava to the timer. It was pretty funny. Birds can fly. That's a pretty weird concept. Don't know if I can. Okay, I think I saw this. We're kind of losing right now. I don't know how that's possible. We picked the win button faction, so I don't think we're allowed to lose. So Profit must be cheating. Um, we just haven't been trading that well. Killed my shit. That's not good. Okay. Vesna Brana is a very good counter. Yeah, all these turns are really turns that I feel like I want to think about for 50 years, but don't really have that luck. Maybe we strong potion here. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like, I mean, part of the reason I shied away from tier lists, I mean, definitely when I started playing this game too, I was like, oh, there's a few YouTubers that have tier lists like Watered and Donkey. I was kind of scared to watch them because I was like kind of worried it would ruin my fun to either know that a faction that I like is overpowered or underpowered. Like it's, I feel like there's a lot at stake. And I still feel that, and I still like, I'm still kind of afraid of tier lists and shy away from them. But I don't know. I also feel like what's fun is fun, you know. um, yeah, but yeah, I definitely feel worrying about power levels and whatnot. But like, it's a pretty nuanced story. Like just seeing the 10-minute YouTube video where someone says this is C, this is B. It's just like you don't really have time in that video to like qualify exactly what that means, even in the tier list, not even like what that means in Summoner Wars and for gameplay. It's I don't know, it's complicated. Yeah, I mean, I'd always rather something be underpowered than overpowered. I mean, obviously it's better if they're neither. But and I mean, maybe Faye could be buffed, though. Honestly, I'm kind of coming around to like, fuck it, why bother? So, like the one thing that maybe, like the one argument that I think could persuade me to want a buffet is that like they're genuinely kind of inaccessible to beginners because they're so hard to play. Like you really need to know what you're doing. Um, which is fine. I mean, they're like a fucking they're Sun faction. They can be complicated as heck. Um, but it well, and sometimes, but like sometimes players will see like what I'm doing with the Fae on stream, and be like, "Whoa, that's super cool. I want to do that." So maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's good to have a faction that's sort of like complicated, and a new player plays it and is like, "What? This faction seems dog shit." And then they like see someone else play it, and they're like, "Whoa, you can do that with this faction? That's super cool. This game has so much depth. I should spend money on Plaid Hat games." Um, for me, Vex's Chio's not true. Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's not true. I mean, Vex's Chio's is not even like true for me. Like, there's so many levels of competitive play, and like our tier list isn't even talking about competitive play. But like, it's funny like talking to Vexer about like matchups and shit, because like just be like, yeah, so this matchup is a 60-40, but I think if you play it the right way, it actually becomes a 60-40 in the other direction. And I'm like, what are you talking? Like, what? How? How? He said that about FDFK. Like FDFK has always been a matchup that people have said it has seemed like heavily FK favored, which is like a very interesting matchup, and FD have to play very differently. But Vexer is like, yeah, I feel like if I just did this one strategy with FD, like kind of hanging back, that like it would actually start to swing things at least more even. And it's like, well, that's interesting, but then it's like like in order to test that theory, we need to play like 10 games of that match up just to like determine one matchup where it is in competitive play. You don't find them complicated. I'd say they're versatile, but you definitely need to understand the basics of the game. Yeah, you can always pick them up. I guess the thing is they're very punishing. And that's kind of because of their inherent weakness being all their units die immediately. Like it's very easy to play a Fae game and just kind of fall behind and never get back on track. Very easy for that to happen. Um, and that's probably not fun for beginners. But what can you do? What can you do? It'll be something. Oh, I really don't want to take this turn. There's like a ton of options, and we should probably play Elder. We probably get two magic next turn. Like, there's just a lot to think about here. Like, what are we? Can we probably discard poison? We just need to kill one thing. Kill that, so we're probably fine. Maybe we summon Eldrath over here. Probably bad. Best Knight is a big threat, but this warrior is also a threat. Do we move out of this warrior? Like, there's just so many things to think about this turn. Move out of the way of that warrior. We start paying that warrior? We probably do start paying that warrior. Do we play strong potion? I don't think so. I don't think it's good enough. I'm with putting Eldorath there is they die immediately. I'm with putting literally anything else there that they also die immediately. Eldorath is a big problem. Hopefully we can draw a Swift Potion next turn. If I can ping Eldorath once this turn, then they're gonna be afraid of the Swift Potion kill. Because Vesna is such a huge threat. Vesna is insane. But because of Transfuse. Transfuse is honestly fucking busted OP about this. This is like the only part of Crimson Order that I genuinely feel is like mega S tier bonkers level is whenever you get to transfuse on a full health Vesna Brana. And like I get it that cards should have like best case scenarios and worst case scenarios, but this best case scenario is like literally game winning is insane. Aggro always has risk. Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, yeah, I guess I'm kind of new to aggro decks, honestly. I haven't been hugely on that train. Very. Um, Wait, what about like? I don't know. Play some cards? I don't know. Is this Summoning Wars? Do you play cards in this game? It's frankly very unclear. I guess I don't need to take boosts off that because they would go to Eldorath. But I could put boosts on this Seer right now if I wanted to. I would rather end with more boost on. Let's just take them off. Whatever. What the evers? Am I right? Do I have any movement? I don't think so. Well, I'm just like going crazy. I guess this is better. Like now this warrior needs to expose itself more. I guess this is better. We just crouch in our hidey hole. The Horde factions, yeah, like the Horde Econ factions. Oh no, like the Horde like expand the board factions. Yeah, it's kind of the same things that like a lot of like cave goblins struggle with too. Um, like all those factions you just listed. Um, Cave goblins also, yeah, just anything that can match them unit for unit because you're kind of looking to overwhelm. It's the same thing, but sometimes against those factions you can kind of lock into a midfield infinite spearhead sort of thing, but definitely not easy. No one said it was easy. This is good enough. Am I happy? Am I gonna go to bed tonight being like, why did I do this play? I don't think so. Can we hold the card? We have to hold cards at this point. Attacks that. Yeah, fine. Got a lot of boosts. It's gonna be a tight econ. Our main advantage in this matchup is Sears. I have to play that to its fullest. How many converts have they played? Convert. Their main advantage is just warriors blowing me the hell up. So we gotta be afraid of that. Maybe we just honestly wanted a strong potion right now. I don't think so. Those warriors are too good. Okay. Well, fuck me. Well, fuck me, I guess. In conclusion, imagine playing any of your potions. The other thing about Grokes, the internal balance is off. Because, like, the commons are too good, and there's two compared to the Swift and the Wither. Too strong. Too strong. I said, I'm literally never going to play the Grokes again. Says man playing Grokes right now. Literally playing Grokes as we speak. Can you stop taking your turns, Prophet? You do this to Well, good thing is if we lose, we're like out of this tournament, so I can not be in this tournament anymore. Bad thing is I suck. Sucking's kind of sucky. No one likes to suck. Would have been a huge fucking. God damn. Why can't you Shadow Knights anymore? Flare Knight. Oh, jeez, man. Have they played a burn? This is not a great spot. Played a burn? Played one burn. Spirit. Summoned Ember Beast. Okay, we've done 2 spirits of the Phoenix. Done 1 Ember. Okay, so the thing I need to acknowledge here is I think I still win the late game. So if I could just chill the fuck out for long enough, we might be fine. Actually, do I feel the most confident in like if you told me I had to win a game of Summoner Wars or my entire family was gonna be brutally murdered, what faction would I take? Um, that is the words coming out of your mouth, not putting words in your mouth at all. Um, I mean, unfortunately, Grokes. Like, I don't feel confident with Grokes personally because I haven't seen a lot of their matchups because I kind of stopped playing them. But I do genuinely feel like they have either an even or good matchup against pretty much most factions. Um, Shadow Elves I'm pretty confident with as well, but I do continue to fucking lose with them all the time. Um, Thunder Orcs and Sand Goblins are like factions I'm comfortable with, as in like I'm just like very comfortable playing, are like Phoenix Elves, Sand Goblins, Tundra Orcs. Are all factions that I feel like I can play well very quickly. Um, but not necessarily factions that are S tier. Um, I was guessing I was gonna say Crimson Order. I haven't played much Crimson Order, and I genuinely, I mean, like, I think they have a similar sort of like meta dynamic as Fungal Dwarves. That is like they're good. They're really good if your opponent doesn't know the counterplay. Like if you don't know how to counterplay Fungal Dwarves, you're just gonna lose. But if you do, it evens out most matchups. And I think the same is true with Crimson Order. Like, as soon as the opponent realizes that what you're doing is an econ slog where you're going to kill 15 million devout cultists and they should just hold every card in their deck, it really brings things back to an even playing field. So I genuinely like Crimson Order might be pushing A plus. Definitely no higher than that. Um, you telling me how to counter them? Just play. Yeah, just play all your cards. I don't know. You're gonna get a ton of magic, so try to discard as little as you can. Um, what else? If you have movement options, use it against them. So Crimson Order, look at their gate spots, wherever their gate spots are in the map. You know what? Let's like totally lean into this demonstration thing. Love a game. Or played against Crimson. It's gonna take like 20 minutes for this to load. Crimson Order against your mom's ass. Game was awful. Uh, was this the terrible game? Or was this the good game? Oh, this is the good game. Well, this game I don't think they did. I'm about to resume that thought. I just thought I would get a visual up before we do so. I need to go to bed. Okay, so let's look at this turn, for instance. This is my turn. There's a warrior here. Okay, Crimson Order have two strengths. They have a ton of recursion. They're always going to go to the late game. Number two, warriors hit like a truck. Okay, there you go. They can also infect 4 times a game. That's also good. There you go. Those are all their strengths. They have no other strengths. Deck has no movement tools. It has no assassination tricks besides like a couple. Minor ones with like Doom Cultists and shit. Like, okay, so look at this spot on board right now. The thing that you always need to be aware of is where warriors can get. So look at their gate spots. Gate spots are here and here, which means warriors, because this gate spot is occupied, if I don't kill this unit, a warrior is not coming out of it. Gate spots are here and here, so this is where warriors can go. So just like, don't put a champion in front of where a warrior, like don't put something where the health is valuable in front of a warrior. Like put something crappy, like a 0 cost 2/2 or something. Like don't put a Citadel Knight. I mean, well, Citadel Knights are fine. But like, don't put something that you really value where warrior can get. And you can, if your faction has any movement tech, like Dan Goblin's like the best example of this. Like you can just dance around them. Like warriors are so predictable. And that is the biggest weakness of Crimson Order. Now they'll try to mitigate that by like sort of getting in your face and whatnot. Yeah, you see. So this turn, what did I end up doing? I ended up just like leaving it like that. Um, they went over here. I'm over here. Okay, so again, let's see this turn. Yeah, so I'm taking damage here. But again, I'm just like here's the warriors coming out of it. This turn, I decided to kill that Doom Cultist, this Devout Cultist, but all I'm putting in front of is a 1 cost 3 health unit. So like it kills with a warrior. Don't love it, but it's fine. Better than like something more valuable getting attacked, like Mugleg or like a champion. Try to avoid the warriors. Yeah, if you can. And not every faction can. When you're playing the Vanguard, you're gonna be tanking the warriors. Like, good luck. But yeah, so if you have movement tricks with which most factions do, at the very least, like you can just, just because Daymar's strengths are so obvious, it's just the warriors. Just always think about where the warriors are gonna be, and maybe just, I mean, even if you can't avoid it, maybe you can put a slightly less valuable unit there. Yeah. So now Daymar needs to advance because of this, because I've been sitting back so much. Um, I just like killed him. Okay, this game was kind of silly. Yeah, no, this game I just like getting a kill somehow. Very funny. I mean, not your like typical Crimson Order game. But yeah, you do that. I mean, so not every faction can play around their tools super well, but you do your best. Okay, I genuinely think this is kind of a fine spot. Like their econ is Garbo tier. We just need to not get deaded. We need to not get died. We need to not die. Okay, all of my Shadow Knights are unplayable. We're out of Shadow Knights. Perfect. We literally 0 more Shadow Knights. Okay. Don't die. Hot tip on how to not lose at Summoner Wars. Do not die. Dying is how you lose the game. Realistically, I could maybe move Cylinder in here. Okay, I'm thinking the play. Ooh, we only have 2 magic. Why do I suck at this game? Why do I only have 2 magic? Stupid amount of magic. What a stupid thing to do. Last time I played Unscripted Order, it was with the Polar Dwarves. Sadly, I lost. Long and fun game. Yeah, I mean, so like Polar Dwarves, it's like, yeah, the Polar Dwarves, like the Crimson Order is gonna be coming at you, but I mean, try not to get them like double attack and like try not to let the warriors like reach your ice golem and make them like parapets or ice smiths and whatnot, and just play a long, hard game, keep trading. They run out of warriors eventually. You get a ton of magic because you kill 15 million devout cultists. They like probably play two champions that game or like all your bears. Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, every game against Crimson is a very long game. It's always gonna be like that. God damn it! Why don't I have three magic? Why do I suck? I like totally fine if I have three magic, but I don't. So instead, it's ass. Maybe I top deck Shadow Pulse. That'd be cool. Honestly, maybe the mage goes here. We only have one Shadow Pulse, right? Maybe the mage goes here, damages this gate, kills that archer. Like, what are they gonna do? Maldaria here? How many blinding flares? They don't have zero cost blinding flare. Blinding flare. Can't believe I just checked how many blinding flares they have. Because zero cost blinding flare is like legitimately a freaking threat. Like, well, this fucking suck. Fucking suck. I think that one seeker killed, so I could just put the seeker here and let it die to the archer. Man, if I did this and drew that shadow pulse, it'd be so cool with me. Such a cool thing to do. I really like killing this unit. And they don't have a path in. It's just the play. I need to be really careful that I'm not gonna die. I don't see how I die though. I think I put cylinder here. This is risky as heck. I can always leave. Um, Seeker needs a response there. We're gonna be fine. We have tons of seekers. We gonna be fine. We got tons of seekers. Um, I guess we don't attack our own gate. I mean, we could put cylinder there. Definitely ways they kill me though. If cylinder's here, they could like double direct damage that. Maybe the Phoenix they've done one of. Right? They've done both. Okay, so I can still burn it though. God damn it, Prophet. Why did you take your turns? I was about to be done. Okay, we genuinely have plenty of boost though. Taking down this gate is kind of good. Um, and once again, Shadow Pulse is, and I quote, dabbing. So, yeah, tell me how this play is like throwing. Am I throwing right now? Am I about to lose the game? Alright, if I lose the game, then I don't need to play in this tournament anymore. So it's secretly an upside. There you go. Meted my way out of it. We're both champions and we're chilling. We're just playing a very careful econ game with the Shadow Elves. Honestly, my big problem with Shadow Elves is I'm a little bit too greedy with like holds and econ plays. We're gonna go into next turn with 3 magic though. We're gonna be fine. Can they really just kill me with double burn? Please tell me they played a burn. Thank Thank goodness. Anything else they could kill me with? I don't think so. They might advance with Moldaria. That would kind of suck. I don't think there's any way we die next turn. You can quote me on. Absolutely quote me on that. Okay. What did they just say? Oh God. Not taking your turns, Prophet. Okay, let's take this turn. So at least we've taken this turn. And then bedtime's an option. Because these 3-day tournament games, oh boy, will you time out so fast. Is there anything I could draw that would massively improve this turn? I genuinely don't think I want to do Spearhead because I don't want to go for Balzar right now. Okay, so my options were like Nim goes over here, and we do like the scout play. Or I guess Waden would make it like more of an option, but we'd still die. I mean, if we drew Spearhead and Waden, but like I'm not really gonna play this Oracle. I'm just gonna discard it. Okay, so the only other option is like Scout to here. Then how are we killing this? How are we killing this guy? The Swarm? Swarm kills this, goes up there, and then does a 2-on-2. Because I'm putting Nim out there undefended. I genuinely really like taking this spot back. Like, this is a very undefended spot for Balzar. If we can just take it. Problem is we keep not punishing Balzar at all. Keep being like, here, take another free unit, Balzar. It's fine though. This is sort of a false sense of security because we can just scout it to death at some point. You got a 4-and-4. Yeah, I've definitely had a lot of those. Like a lot of Fey games get very close, in the most fun way possible. Um, okay, I think this is the play. I mean, I think either way, a scout is being. I don't see how a scout is not being summoned here. It seems like this is happening. Ooh, you tempt me. Oh, how you tempt. Oh, the temptation is real. It's like, oh boy, could we really lay into Balthar right now? It'll totally cost us our entire life. Like, you know how you only get one life? Yeah, that's the one it's gonna cost us. Um, oh boy, do I want it. It would be 8 dice and 3 range dice. Really good. Like, I don't know how they recover from that. I mean, they recover from that by killing us instantly this turn. That's how they recover from that. Which is very possible, like, unless we draw weight in. Even then, they still might get it. Yeah, no, like, I feel like I've won a ton of games because the opponent hasn't seen it coming, or, like, they, like, move out of a, like, gate spot or so. Like, I kill a unit that was blocking my gate spot, and then I summon something at that gate spot to kill them. Like, um, yeah, no, it's threatening as heck. Wow, I am being tempted right now. This is cruel. It is cruel to tempt. Oh, I mean, if we drew Waden with the Oracle, because if we draw Waden, they can only do one attack on Nim, and you can't really go for it. Drawing Waden isn't super likely. Anything else to draw that's good? No, nothing else that we draw is really worth it. Other problem is that this place sucks. Other problem is like, what am I doing right now? Like, I'm gonna leave this alive? Like, this is the point. like I need to put a gate here, and that's pretty bad for me. Maybe not. That wipes out that Oathsworn. It does mean that a chains would maybe kill me. Okay, I'm like tempted enough that I kind of want to play the Oracle, but that might again just be temptation. Yeah, Oracles are like kind of the hardest one because it's tough to know when it's good. Like you really need to it really needs to be worth it, or like in the first few turns, it's often like pretty much always you want to play it, but like later on, it's like you really only want to play it if you can like be like, okay, I need the magic, or like what card are you trying to draw? Is there are there multiple cards, or at least one card that if you draw, it's significantly good enough that it's worth going for? Because the oracles are generally kind of bad for the econ. You just like getting a 2/2. It's better to discard them if you. Okay, what is the other play? This, this, this. What a solid and not bad play. Wait, how do I occupy this spot? What's my plan? I guess I rush out to there, or I rush out to there. I mean, this is a pretty good play. Problem is we might be losing econ at this point. I like it because Nim's involved, killing some stuff. Ooh, this is also my last spearhead. Ooh. My last spearhead, and I'd be playing it without. I mean, thing is, getting Balzar down that low is really good, but no, I can't do it. I can't play my last spearhead like this. I need to have a champion on board for that. First spearhead, I love to play willy nilly. Second spearhead, second spearhead better mean business. Oh no, so this was the plan. Okay, so the plan was this. Yeah, if you survive at 1 health, yeah, ambush is really good value if students survive at 1 health. Sadly, it doesn't happen that much because all your units die immediately, always. But real cool when it does happen. I think we weaken Balzo. Yeah, so scout attacks. Someone's a tidebreaker. Honestly, hot take. Both attack Balzar. Let's just threaten Balzar right now. Balzar is too comfy being right here. And I kind of enjoy that false sense of security that he has, that they have. And killing the Berserker puts them in like a really tough spot where like all their summoning spots suck. So I do like that. Okay, this is generally a pretty good position for me. Um, yeah, cool. It's all the dice. Very important that we do summon this Tiebreaker here, because otherwise they could threaten the Volcanic Blast, double attack somehow. Some bullshit. Not double attack, single attack. Let's see how many guns we roll here. Not a lot of guns. Um, Look, so I love attacking Baldur as much as the next guy, but attacking the Berserker makes it genuinely kind of hard for them here. Because now we're pressuring out of this gate too. It's just good. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just too good to attack the Berserker right now. I really want to pressure Balzar because we really, because once we get them into the juicy like 7 health range, they're just never safe again. Reclaiming that gate spot is just too precious though. Um, this board position's fairly rough for them. Form is good, Spearhead's good. Rest of the deck is kind of garbo. Please draw a champ. Like, please, just please draw a champ. Thank goodness. You pressure him by having that gate spot open. Are you agreeing with me? Yeah. um, they're so good. No, literally, just this is the mermaid support group right now. I don't want to take these turns. All right, let's take a peek at this one. Let's just take the good old fashioned peek. Oh, I'm going to bed. My eyes are like closing right. This is, and I quote, all she wrote. How the community feels? I think so. Right out the gate, some people came out being like, "Oh, they're bad," because yeah, they're tough to play and like you're gonna be losing a lot at the beginning. Oh boy, my eyes are glazing over looking at this board. And then I think some people pushed back on that. I mean, I haven't been following. It seems like like last patch, the Deepwood Groaks channel was like super fucking sweaty. People talking all the time. This time it's the Fae channel. People going back and forth. Yeah, I mean, lots of people. It's sort of like a love hate. Some people are like really pissed they're bad. Some people are like, no, they're not bad. You're bad. Just fucking let's fight about it. That's kind of where we're at. That's kind of where we're at. Yeah, I mean, so far it's a pretty difficult action to play. So it's kind of interesting, like challenge as a community to sort of exchange strats and stuff. But I am so done. I'm so going to bed. Is bedtime. Someone that instantly clicked for me, right? I mean, you just go. I mean, they did not. If you watch like the first 10 games I played with them, I was like genuinely quite confused because I tried to do what you do with like most aggro factions and just like kind of bide my time until I go, and it like wasn't working at all. I was getting obliterated, and then I realized like no, you just gotta fucking get in there, and then I started having a ton of fun. Um, yeah, just get in there. And then I think ultimately, I'll probably dial that back a little bit and be like, well, you can still wait a little bit before you go in and blah 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 blah. Yeah, fun stuff. But yeah, I mean, you can just click on the Fade channel and scroll up through the fucking million messages that have been sent in the last couple months about them. But yeah, fun stuff. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm glad that streaming is working for me. This is awesome. We'll definitely, I mean, still a lot less streams